I went for a walk and I got a 7-Eleven Boston cream pie. So here with me is like fucking Stephen Prince. He does Monster Matador, which is some shit, and he's running a Kickstarter. I should actually go and put up that link for that because it's amazing. And it's just some shit, Monster Matador. It's like, so tell us a story behind that. I have also put that dolly ass horrible picture up there too. So
And we have another thing that you're going to unveil today too, the pinup.
oh that ass, huh? Yeah, I got to do that too.
So just to hit it real quick, Monster Matador is Mad Max meets Godzilla with a little bit of Santo thrown in by way of a telenovela. It's about a father who wants to make a better world for his daughter, and he does it by fighting giant kaiju monsters. And obviously he's a matador, so he's got his sword and cape, and that's how he takes him down.
Yeah, and it's like funny because it kind of reminds me of this Tiamat song. I should have sent it to you. Mm-hmm. And it was like literally he's doing a matador shit with like a fucking
right
with a fucking like garbage truck. And I'm surprised like anybody remembers that shit. But let me go and actually pull up that one because I almost forgot. I've been preoccupied all fucking month, man. Yeah. No, all fucking week. I mean, Jesus, this week has been insane. You know, like, yeah, that was random. Yeah, I drove around in downtown LA and I saw some National Guard. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's very tense outside.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I'm not saying to reveal where you live, but where's your
my address?
Yeah, right. Like where's your like fucking like where do you live generally and all that?
I'm in LA.
In LA, like,
In
are you more downtown or Hollywood?
West side.
West side. Okay, so it's not hit as bad, but Santa Monica is really random.
Yeah, no, I'm in Santa Monica.
Oh, okay.
We're on the border. We have a CVS across the street. So we had some action. We had the National Guard. It's pretty intense. So yeah, it's been an interesting week.
Yeah, like I actually live more in your Burbank, so we didn't get as much action. But there's like a lot of Armenians where we live, and I was talking to Ed one time. He's the owner of Comics and Collectibles. Yeah, there you go, man. That ass right there. But yeah, like with Comics and Collectibles, he did the what was it? Sorry, my brain is kind of stupid right now. But he was saying like he owns like 3 of the stores, and he's like up there. And actually in Pasadena, they tried to do that looting shit, but they got chased off.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I mean crazy.
I know Heidi Ho got hit pretty bad.
Yeah.
Santa Monica, Golden Apple on Melrose. I think they had their windows, but I think they've got a gate, like a pretty hardcore gate that kind of prevented a lot more damage. But Heidi Ho got hit pretty big because they're down on the promenade area, which got hit really bad.
Yeah, which actually surprised me because that area is pretty safe. It's low key, you wouldn't think it, but then it just
yeah. And I feel like we should differentiate too. This is not about the protests. This is about a separate entity of looters that have been doing this. So
yeah,
I just don't want that to get mixed up.
No. I've always repeatedly said these are not the protesters. These are the looters and rioters. I've always said it because I said fuck those assholes.
Yeah.
No, I seriously I got so pissed I wanted to hit some of them with a tire iron.
It was. I mean, like I said, we saw it out our window.
Oh fuck!
But it was crazy. I mean, literally, have a CVS right across the street that we look at. I mean, cars were just pulling up. People were getting out. The car was driving around the block, coming back. The people were coming out, going back in the cars. I mean, it was. I've never seen anything like that. It's something that is just so organized, which is crazy. It's not like a random. It wasn't like a random thing, It was definitely people put a lot of thought into how they were going to do that, and and take advantage of obviously the situation going on. So
yeah, but it wasn't just like simple opportunism. It would just be like literally they were coordinating around that, which fucking sucked.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And this is my black cat. She's been a bitch all day. She was a bitch earlier. She was like hissing at the other cat and everything and all that. So I guess for the sake of it, like, okay, so why'd you do Monster Matter? I'm sure everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to do some shit that's okay to say too. That's what Demon Bitch is.
No, I mean, I've always done comics, and this is actually, I actually created Matador, I think it's probably like 10 years ago now, 11 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a kind of a writing exercise to create something sort of, like a Batman kind of iconic or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was being pretentious, right?
So instead of bat wings or bat dick, now you have dad ass for the fucking
right, exactly. Now that
I have up.
I mean, that's a tight ass he drew on.
He's got to have that tight ass.
I sent it to Fabio, who's the artist on the book, and said, I need you to tighten it up.
Tighten up that ass.
Yeah, it's one of those like things where the name just sort of popped into my head. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. And I figured like, oh, somebody must have done it before because it's such an obvious thing when you think about it in some ways.
Yeah.
And no one had. So I started writing. I did some little little zines. I wasn't really drawing at the time. And then I started drawing again and, kind of led me to where we are today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't act so interested, Christy.
I am. Yeah, we were making regurgitation jokes. It's like, I gotta go feed my kids breakfast and make sure you puke in their mouths and shit. And then we went on this whole thing about Gwyneth Paltrow because she says some random weird shit. And I said, she's got to like, some of this shit is like so weird and so stupid, like shoving a wasp's nest up her snatch or something. I'm just like, okay. She's got to wake up and say, let me see what I can make these bitches do. And just think of some weird shit.
I wish you told me last week because we actually had a wasp nest outside.
I just thought of it just now. Stop eating my chocolate, you bitch. It's not good for you.
Oh, you really did get a Boston cream pie.
Yeah, I don't fucking lie. That's what makes my shit so funny. I never lie about what I get. See, I got like a fucking Slurpee. It doesn't have cotton candy on it, but it's kind of like one of those things like, okay, so when I was in high school and we were kids, we would fucking go and like eat, like we would go to 7-Eleven. We'd go to the Sev. Stop that. The Sev. And at the time,
you guys are too cool, man.
Right? And then the thing is that we didn't have energy drinks at the time. Like, that was a really rare thing. We didn't actually have them. So the most caffeinated thing we could get was Jolt Cola. So we kept drinking that shit. But it wouldn't make a mark on me. And now it's like, they have all these nasty, raunchy, like, meth-infused, like, energy drinks. And I can't stand them. Yeah,
that stuff, I tried it once. It makes my heart pound. It's not good.
No, it, like, makes you literally feel... Like, one time I was really tired, so I tried a 5-hour energy or 4-hour energy. And I drank that and I was like, is this how speed addicts feel? Jesus, this doesn't feel good.
I don't like it. I mean, I'm half asleep half the time, most of the time anyway, but I'm okay with it.
Well, you got children. So there you go.
I've got kids, it's funny because we talk a little and we email back and forth, but I'm usually not, like, usually all day I have to be like on and put my dad hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And like watch my mouth all the time, and make stupid dad jokes.
Yeah.
So it's liberating to be here, Christy.
Oh yeah.
Could say whatever the fuck I want.
You know what? It's like, I think when I had kids. Hey Rose. Hey Quentin. So people are logging in. You're welcome to log on to the Facebook Live so you can see the people that log in.
Oh,
but
cool.
You might want to mute it because it's going to drive you batty. Don't put your asshole in my face. God damn it. Cats just put their butthole. Okay, get your ass down. I don't. Sometimes she's cool, but then she gets in the way, and then she's like all in my face. It's like, stop. Okay, I'm conducting an interview. Now I'm driving black shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So you should have. Huh?
Cats and I don't get along.
Really?
I was fine with them, and then I was cat sitting for a friend of mine when I was like right out of college, and I almost died because I somehow became allergic to cats.
Oh, damn.
Out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I had to like go on steroids for a week. I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what was going on.
It's kind of like the cats are like, you are weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Stand me, fuck.
Yeah, you had an easy life so far. Let's see how strong you are.
I'm gonna be a weak ass bitch. I'm gonna go tax your fucking respiratory
Yeah.
system.
Yeah. Or you can't handle a little fur in your throat.
Yeah, this is a precursor of things to come. Yeah, right. So it's like, so I'm just drawing some awful things. Like you probably saw like the fucking shark and shit like that. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I was just in a pissed off mood. But rather than start screaming at people and unfriending people and saying how it deserves a gold star, kind of like made me go like, okay, guys. It's just like I sit there. It's like I've unfriended this many people. I'm like, good job.
Yeah. It's kind of I don't know. It's a weird week for social media. So
I mean, I have a pretty high tolerance, but there was a time I was like, I gotta go, man. This is just fucking like insane. Like everybody was like yelling at it. It's like, dude, I couldn't mute people fast enough. Like some people like, I don't need to hear you. I don't need to hear you. I don't need to hear you. I don't want to hear you. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like, god damn, this looks like fucking that orange guy from fucking what was it? Oh hell, it was it's like that orange guy that fucking like I will call him George and shit. So okay, so you like fucking made past your goal. It's 2,436. It was 27 days ago. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
you go, girl. Sorry.
That's right. I don't know. You know, I'm still kind of in a daze from that. I wasn't. I definitely wasn't expecting it. I did it, I think, within the first 24 hours. But we got one of the Project We Love badges on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Which really boosted it, and yeah, it's kind of amazing. I was up until the moment I was like terrified, and I was actually supposed to launch on Tuesday, and we pushed it to Wednesday.
Because of what was happening last week?
Because of what was happening. And even then, I was kind of uncomfortable even doing anything right now, but it's been really nice to see people coming out and supporting it.
Well, I think the timing has been right. I mean, mine is kind of stunk because it's like right now I'm kind of regaining the momentum because it was this past week that was kind of slow. And then the week prior, it's like, fuck, But well,
I remember your last campaign kind of was like that too, where you kind of hit a wall. I think the second week, and then you went into overdrive because you funded that one.
I funded that one pretty quickly.
But it was around the same goal, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was
like as far as
it was 3,500, and then this time I'm asking for 5,500, and I'm aiming to do more. Right. And I was actually, to be frank, I was thinking sometimes of calling it because I was like, man, I don't know if the timing's good, but just something in me is like, we might as well just go all the way and see.
Yeah. And I just want to throw a shout out that I have seen studies in medical journals that do claim that the face mask, the demon bitch face mask, actually does ward off coronavirus.
Well, the thing is that you have to take DMT.
Right, you have to take, exactly. You have to take
before
DMT
you can talk to it.
Right. But once you summon the demon bitch, she will protect you.
I mean, it's weird. It's like gargoyles, They look
yeah.
Well, it's like the same concept as gargoyles.
Right.
Where they look like demons, but they're not. They're supposed to ward off evil. So I thought it was the same kind of concept, except they just kick the shit out of demon bitch and gore dance to her first before you. And while they're distracted, you can go run away or something.
I'm trying to remember the mask. It's a spiral design, is it? Or am I thinking of something else?
It's like a concentric circle design where it says maybe someone can take DMT and talk to the coronavirus over and over and over again.
Which I thought was brilliant because that's got to be, you've got the virus coming in there and then it just gets all kind of whoa. You know what I mean? Like you fuck it up right there. You just fuck it up. It's like it's coming at you. It's like, oh, I'm fucking dizzy now. I'm just going to go over there.
And then, like, on all four corners of the thing, it's, like, got her vomiting or doing something stupid. So it's like, and it's a 20 and 20 by inch. And actually, they sent me a T-shirt of the material that it would be used for. Because they didn't have the bandana blank. Right. So I tested it out like this, and I'm like, okay, I think it works.
I hope you wore deodorant today.
I don't smell. I actually didn't take a shower yet because I was out on a walk, but I'll probably take a shower later. Yeah, everybody, I don't stink.
That's all right.
Rose ordered it. She says it's a cum rag. Oh, I love the fact we were being fucking rude as shit. Like, my friends and I were just rude as shit and
Yeah.
everything, you know. There was this one girl we were making fun of because she's a bitch. So it's like I start making fun of her. Because, I mean, it's not like, oh, she was kind of bitchy to me. It was like she's a full-on asshole. So it's like, all right, I'm just going to make fun of you. So my friends and I will, like, get a picture of her, and we'll do tic-tac-toe on her forehead. Because she's got a big-ass forehead.
That's really mature, Christy. You know.
I'm full of maturity.
Come on. Get it together.
Yeah. So, you have kids. Do they do any gross stuff that, like, inspires you to write or draw anything for Monster Matador?
You know, they surprisingly don't.
Really?
I'm like waiting for it. They're not like gross kids, which is just kind of boring, you know.
Well, see, my dad. Okay, so he's from Korea. My mom and dad are from Korea.
Yeah.
My mom speaks very good English. My dad has a bit of an accent. So I remember as a kid, we'd drive by. We'd go to like Burger King or McDonald's. You know, my dad and I. And my dad, he just said, "Oh, look, Burger King," but how he kind of said it was Booger King, right?
Yeah.
I'm sitting there at 6. I'm like, "Ew, Dad, it's Booger King." And he's like, and he kind of starts chuckling a little bit. It's like Booger King. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Sort of. I mean, obviously he doesn't eat there anymore. He's on this health kick now.
Yeah.
And my big fat ass black cat is like on here on my see. She does this shit all the time, so I can't move my keyboard tray.
Nice.
Yeah, she has a big fat ass. Anyway, so that's she extra thick. So yeah, so. But yeah, so this one is to publish, like, it's a graphic novel, right? The Kickstarter.
No, it's the comic. It's the number 1 of a 3-issue limited series. Yeah. So we're gonna do. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, so this is like another series of. It's a series, but it's another part of the story.
Yeah. It's sort of like the Hellboy model, where you can pick up like these little short stories, these spurts, you know. Limited series that you don't really have to read anything else about it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about a guy who fights monsters. You know, that's really what you need. That's really what you need to know. There is more to it, but it's you know, at its core, you're not going to get lost with, like, you know, continuity and all that other crazy stuff to it. But reading all the other stuff obviously adds to the experience. But this one is he fights the Volagante, which is a giant fly, and she has thousands and thousands of children that have been laying waste to Guatemala, and then another matador comes in, another monster matador comes in, and joins the fight. But it remains to be seen whether he's friend or foe.
So it's like kind of like, oh yeah, is this dick swinging, or are you actually my friend here?
Yeah. They're former friend. I mean, they knew each other back in their Matador days, but there's obviously a bit of tension and jealousy between them. And you kind of, you know, as the story. I mean, it's called Tangle of the Matador, so I don't think I'm really spoiling much.
Right.
But yeah.
It's funny because I was watching. I'm trying to remember for the Matadors, shit, and I'm like totally lost on frame of thought. That's like how brilliant this show is. No, but I was watching it. It was like when I saw that, it's like, oh, how are you doing? And it's like, oh, when I was doing reference for the pinup right here. So look at that ass right there. So when I was doing a pinup, I was actually looking for different Matador pictures. And the amount of gore dancing that those guys got, like one lost his eye and he has his patch on now. Another dude, like a couple took it up the ass because the bull put their horn up their ass, literally. I'm like, Jesus.
Yes. I mean, there's one specific picture of that I've seen that it's just like, oh my God.
It's like, well, I bet your bunghole is sore now.
Yeah, like how do you come back from that? You know, like. I don't know.
It's kind of like, I guess, Stockholm Syndrome, except they're kind of hot for that. They're like, all right, I'm going to see how that motherfucker can go and charge at me again and stuff. Yeah. But I don't. It's kind of weird. Like, there's like a lot of controversy in Spain about that too. Like being a matador in bullfighting. It's like a long tradition, but it's like, oh, this is like so toxic masculinity and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. You know?
Yeah. It is. There is a lot of controversy about it. It's it's a brutal sport, if you want to call it a sport. I don't know what you would call it, brutal dance or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, put her
But,
fat ass down. Yeah, but it's just like, so what made you want to do matadors and anything?
For me, I've always been kind of drawn to the iconography of it. I mean, these guys are just like, I mean, you've seen the pictures, but the way these guys, the way they pose, the way they stand, there's just this kind of like, they've got their chests out, they've got the sword, they're just like, they're so just, there's this confidence and this just almost lack of fear, in their, as these bulls kind of come charging at them, they're just kind of still.
Yeah.
They don't move. And, you put that against a monster or something like that, a giant Godzilla type monster, and you've got this tiny little speck of a guy just standing there with, a sword in a cape. The visuals are just so cool, having a monster come at him and then he throws his cape back and stabs it and stuff like that. It's just just so much opportunities visually, and also trying to figure out how is a 6 foot tall guy with a cape and a sword gonna kill a 3-story, 4-story monster or something like that. So that's part of the fun too, is figuring out like how's he gonna get out of this one? How's he actually gonna like manage to defeat this monster?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because like you'll see him getting hurt, but for some reason he's miraculously not squashed or dead. And it's just like
right.
Like his wife died in like I guess a collapse or something. It's intimated in the other things that I've noticed. And his daughter survives, and it's like, oh, I use this grief of my loss of my wife to make a better world. But it's just kind of weird and sort of funny in a way.
Yeah, that's definitely the telenovela influence. He's kind of, after his wife dies, he's really depressed, and he just kind of like sits on the couch all day and whatever, and then another monster attacks a few years later and destroys the house where they're living in, as he was talking to his daughter, and his daughter's kind of under a drywall, and the drywall is being held up by a cross.
Oh wow.
And he sees the cross as a sign from God that like God just saved his daughter's life, and he sees this cross as a sign from God that he needs to stand up and fight for these things. And that's where he goes back, and he gets his matador outfit, and he resolves to fight these monsters. And so in his for him, he believes truly that God is guiding him, and that God is protecting him as it's not a religious book, but in terms of
like in the terms of the character.
his motivation, and obviously it's a big part of the culture too as well, but the motivation is that he has this kind of fearlessness and almost arrogance, because he believes that this is kind of almost like a divine mission of his.
Yeah.
And as the story goes on, one of the fun things about it is that I do beat him up a lot.
You like
he's
kicking the
gonna
shit out of him, I swear.
Yeah, and he's gonna have his faith tested, everything tested, and that you talked a little about the controversy with bullfighting, the toxic masculinity, the stuff like that. Those are all things that kind of explore a little bit within the book. How that affects his daughter, how that leads to her kind of decisions, and we'll start to see some of that in the next couple issues, where she now wants to kind of take up the sword and fight monsters, and
I was like, fuck.
And kind of like the roads that leads them down and stuff like that. So it's fun. We have a lot of cool stuff planned for it.
Yeah. It's actually a fun series, so you guys got to check it out. You guys got to back it. Yeah, I know he's fulfilled it, but just give him more money. Just come on. Like if you give me money. Here's the rule: like, you give him money, give me money. If you give me money, give him money. See, that's how we do it the way.
That's how it works. And let me say, we fulfilled it. That covers the printing. Everything else that we raise, it's just going toward more production. It's going toward the creative team. Fabio Alves, who draws it, he's the artist of the critically acclaimed Banjax by some bum called Ryland Grant.
Yeah, who's that guy? Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that guy. No, Ryland and Fabio actually have another Kickstarter
Yeah.
going on at the same time for The Jump,
Yeah,
which is a
I'm interviewing him next week.
okay. All right, he's going to talk a ton of shit about me.
Oh, we all talk shit about each other. I mean, he
Yeah,
said like my
yeah.
fucking shit was like a
I'm
Coen
just
Brothers
saying,
movie.
yeah, it hurts. It hurts. He's mean. No.
No, actually, we're all cool guys. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Alex Zaff is our colorist. She's from Mexico City. She's coloring a book right now for American mythology called Hatchet, and she's done some stuff for a book called Ms. Valkyrie and Ramos, and her colors are awesome. She's fantastically talented. So
well,
it's a cool book.
It's kind of colored like a telenovela. This one, kind of in a way, like it's just got those like weird sort of pulpy colors. I mean, if you could translate a telenovela to a comic, I haven't seen the examples. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, Rose made a comment. G.I. Joe now with dick swinging action. Hey Philip, how's it going? Yeah, so now with dick swinging action. But yeah, it's one of those weird things where it's like,
yeah.
I actually like it because it's just ridiculous as fuck, and you can make a lot of real world allegories or anything today, but it's just more to laugh. Like, you have to laugh at it.
Yeah.
You know, like, because I laugh at people being mean to me on the internet, and I just start laughing at them. Like, one guy for my last Kickstarter, he said, I don't know how anybody could drop 4K towards this, but whatever. And then I hit 4K because one of my friends said, oh, really? Fuck that guy. So it's like they put in like an extra $1 and it's 4K. So I took a screenshot of that and I put it up all online and I said, see, I saw this picture and I laughed at him.
Right. At least he didn't send you a dick pic, which I know is a problem for you.
See, the thing is that I view it as like sacrificial things. Like, if a guy sends me his dick pic, you know the Kickstarter is going to succeed. Because the first Kickstarter I ran died, and I never got a dick pic. And the next two Kickstarter, the last two were like, I did it, you know. So this one was preemptive. It was like premature.
Yeah,
so
listen, if you're down to your last 24 hours and you're still behind, I'm just going to apologize right now. But I want to push you over, Christy.
Oh.
Whatever it takes.
Well, send me somebody else's dick pic. I don't need to see.
Oh no, of course, yeah. I wasn't. Sorry.
No, I know you're not. I know that was a joke. No, he is not a pervert. Don't worry about it, guys. Hey Jay, how's it going? So yeah, they're on here. Like, yeah, so my viewers and I, we like, by the way, if you guys are lurking and if I do not acknowledge you, I am sorry. I'm streaming across multi-platform, so please just go ahead and say hi or some shit. You know, we are saying hi, we are responsive. We're just kind of doing the thing right now, so let me go and refresh.
I'm counting on Christy to cue me because I'm no idea what Facebook Live is.
Well, you go into my thing and then you like open it up. You can do watching too.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that going to mess this up?
No, I don't think so. Just put it on mute. Wow. Just put it on mute though, because if you don't, then it'll drive everybody batty because it'll be like.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I never knew. Like for a while, like I knew Steven, like we ran in the same articles. I mean, the same circles. But I just didn't know how much of a fucking weirdo he was like me. And then we started talking, and then we started talking about all this gross shit, and then we started laughing.
Yeah, I'm pretty mellow, you know, out in public, especially like around people I've just met or whatever.
Yeah, there's that guy that could be your brother. We were all on a thing together, and I forgot his name. He's part of my Facebook friends, but I'm like lame. And
Tony?
Tony, yeah.
Tony, yeah. He looks like my younger brother, yeah. He does 3-panel crimes on Instagram, which is fantastic. It's three. I mean, it's literally it's a 3-panel crime story. It's really clever.
It's very brilliant. Tony Fabro. He's really good. He's like the sweetest human being, but he'll draw like this fucked up shit too. But not as fucked up as Johnny Ryan. Johnny Ryan, he's the king of drawing fucked up shit. I think I showed you some of Johnny Ryan's shit though.
What's that book he does? Death Ray? No. What's the?
Johnny Ryan? He did one called Prison Pit.
Prison Pit. Sorry, Prison Pit. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his Instagram? Outlaw Scum Fud. Oh, Rose was asking, what's your Instagram?
Mine?
Yeah.
Monster Matador.
Now I'm thinking of this like really gross fucking joke that I heard about bull balls and shit. I won't get into it because it's terrible.
Hilarious.
Well, sir, the bull does not always lose.
No, that's right. The bull does not always lose. I mean, we talked about that, but yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird... Oh, god damn it. Because the thing is, I'm trying to put it in, but Facebook Live is going like, oh no, it's Monster Matador, Rose. Quentin. Okay, so Quentin's a really cool guy from Amsterdam, right? Rotterdam in the Netherlands. And I showed him Johnny Ryan 6911. I said, Google that, Johnny Ryan 6911. And he did, and he's just fucking died. So now he'll bring it up randomly. Like Johnny Ryan 6911. He's like, 6911, 6911. He's like, you have to, okay, you need to Google that shit. Like, I'm sure your wife will come down. It's like, what have you been looking at? Oh my god.
Okay.
We were really supposed to talk about the Kickstarter, but on my show we never do. We just bullshit about stupid shit all the time.
Yeah. I might, my computer is actually running out of juice. I'm gonna have to make a scene change. So hold on 1 second. I apologize for making anyone dizzy. Little change of scenery.
Oh, I see your floors.
Yeah. Charge this.
Are you on a Mac? Following you now. So Rose is following. Yeah. She has the artist Rose.
Thank you. I will. Oh, I think I left my phone there. I'm gonna hop out for 1 second.
Okay.